So please welcome Thongplakhao. That's right.
Hello. I love learning, but recently I feel like I've been focusing more on getting good grades than actually being excited about learning. No longer am I that 10-year-old being excited about school. So, when I was given 20% time of my English class to work on a project of my choice, I knew what I was going to do. I saw it as a good opportunity to rediscover my passion for learning by experimenting with science and engineering. I knew immediately what I was going to do, something that would challenge me, something with electronics. But like all good challenges, they may end in failure. But I was assured that I could still fail and get good grades. Remember that, Ms. Kelly? So, scientific discoveries are all about trial and error. Problem solving, especially scientific problem solving, is characterized by repeated, varied attempts and which are continued until success or until one stops trying. When it's successful, stuff like the cure for smallpox happens. So, for my first plan, I planned to build a drone that Berkeley could use to film sports event. It would start with salvaging my friend's broken drone parts and recycle parts. That wouldn't cost me much. So I worked on drones, scrambled for parts, and I thought I had it, but I was wrong. One morning, I realized that there was no way I could continue with these parts I had. Because of the parts I had, especially the motors, were too damaged. The shaft of the motor was too bent and could not be fixed. And to replace it would be out of my budget. I only discovered this after the trial and error of replacing the motors and testing them out. And perhaps for the first time in my life, I have failed. This wouldn't have been so bad, but I failed after having procrastinated a great deal. And my time was short. But I didn't want to get up on this stage and have nothing to show you. So, like any good scientist, I decided to build something equally as difficult, a Tesla coil. So what is a Tesla coil? A Tesla coil is an invention of Nikola Tesla. It is used to transmit electromagnetic waves. It is used to power stuff wirelessly. So a lot of modern technology like radios and Wi-Fi is possible because of his invention. So to start this project, I had to calculate values for my Tesla coil, which involves a lot of math. But believe it or not, that was the easy part. The hard part was finding the parts and putting it all together. I have to get a 15,000 volt, 30 milliamps transformer, but it couldn't be any 15,000 volt, 30 milliamp transformer. It has to be a vintage version of it, which I stole from my family's hospital. And because the new version has ground fault interrupter, I can't use it. Also, the capacitor I need for the Tesla coil cannot be found in Thailand because I guess no one here really makes a Tesla coil. So after a long journey around Bangkok hunting for capacitor, I figured out that ordering it online would be easier. Now, once I got all the parts, I have to build it. So immediately, once I got all the parts, I began constructing the coil immediately because it's mainly because I have 4 days left until today. So which is 4 days ago I started constructing it. So of course, it took me a few days and sleepless night, even the help of Sammy and my cousin back there, TT here, the little guy here. And instead of telling you how I did it, I'll show you what I did. So now, as you can see, I've got everything together now, and I'll show you what it does. If you're in the first row, you might want to step back.
Just kidding.
So, as you can see, it transmits electricity wirelessly. So what have I learned from this project? I've learned that I have poor time management. And also, I realized that science is not about right or wrong. It's learning and discovering and exploring and experimenting. It's being frustrated and discouraged but elated at the same time. It's feeling like I am on the right track, and that's where I want to be. Right? Thank you.